Full contact, common sense conversation.
Lively debate, now with 0% drift and dither.
Always read the label. A roadmap for the future of debate. Talk Radio.
Hello, my friends. Welcome back. This is JK on Drive. We've planned for jobs during the skills revolution and be ready to make your best move to grow your business. Visit www.gov.uk/skills support. It is 16 minutes to 7. The legend that is Nick Dubois joins me.
Well, the legend that's just managed to keep awake, which is probably the problem with our president.
Can I just point out that Joe Biden, this is actually now quite farcical. Joe Biden was supposed to address the American people 45 minutes ago. I'm not super spreading anything. I've been waiting to go to the loo, Joe, since 5 to 6. I'm not allowed to move. We've got a permanent camera on the White House. We're waiting for Joe Biden. Nowhere to be seen.
No, and it's not unusual. I've got someone who works in the White House press corps there, and basically you are treated like rubbish. You just wait. It's the American people you should be treating with respect, because presumably he wants to speak to them. Actually, does he? He's really speaking to one man this afternoon, and that's Putin.
Interesting. Just very quickly, let me take this call and we'll get your view on this, Nick. Thank you. Nick, that's another Nick. It's a very common name. Is on the A55. Nick, you're on Talk. If I have to cut you off, it's because Joe Biden's more important than you. What do you want to say, Nick?
He's only slightly more important than me. I'm one of your listeners. But
I've only got 43 of them. I'm very grateful. I don't want to upset you. Keep speaking.
Well, just to say that I've been to Russia on a number of occasions, and I can tell you now, every person I spoke to over there, every one of those people will back Putin all the way. They idolise him. I know they get rolled out on BBC sometimes, anti-Putin people, but I can tell you, every single person I've met without fail is a supporter of Putin. Do I support what he does? No. Do I trust him? No. I have family in the Ukraine, family in Russia, and family in Kazakhstan, and all of them support him. They feel pulled both ways in the Ukraine at the moment, being sweet-talked by the EU, but they still support Putin.
Why?
Why?
Fear?
Because, no. If you speak to people in Russia, and I've been there on a number of occasions, they say to me, I don't speak Russian, but my wife does, and she interprets for me. They say what he's done for them with things like pensions, free travel, etc., etc. I've never met one person. I've met hundreds of people and spoke to them.
How would you though answer the criticism or the comment from people that if you live in that sort of country where a man has self-proclaimed himself to be it, and through the help of the media and the army and whatever else, you're on the phone, and it's important to get both perspectives, saying he's given the Russian people pensions. I would suggest, unless I'm blinded by fact, that he rules by terror, doesn't he?
I agree with you. You asked me, if the question was someone asked before, would you trust him? No, I wouldn't trust him because of Crimea. Equally, those same people say, do you trust the West for weapons of mass destruction?
Yeah.
It works both ways. It works both ways like that, and we can't have it both ways. Then someone came on earlier and said, how far do we go to defend democracy? Well, democracy needs to be applied in equal measure. If you're going to defend democracy by sanctions, etc., we should be doing the same thing for the Canadians and issue sanctions against the Trudeau regime.
Very interesting. And this is quite interesting. A gentleman just said, foreign country invaded. British response, will not let you buy another mansion in London. It's quite interesting, though. Listen, you're a star. I really appreciate you listening, because when you do, it gives me so much more time to work out what's coming next. Thank you very much indeed. That's Nick on the A55. Hello, Mr. Dubois. How's Mrs. Dubois?
She's very well. She was very happy to get your endorsement yesterday. And as I say, she's now listened to you once, and she's only ever listened to me once, which was quite enough.
Does she text you? Because she's been texting me for the last 24 hours. Joking. What do you make of this? You're an experienced human being. Joe Biden was supposed to speak 50 minutes ago. I'm getting text saying, don't worry about Joe Biden, get Hunter Biden on. He's got the inside knowledge of Ukraine. That's his son. And this is what worries me. Listen, everybody's entitled to their opinion. Mark in Manchester, right? The West should now go into Syria, Venezuela, Iran or Cuba, hit Russia's other international interests, play him at his own game and give him a real headache.
It's interesting, isn't it? You've either got those that are coming in and saying our response is pathetic and we've just banned 3 or 4 people.
Hold on. Oh, brilliant. Oh, absolutely fantastic. Thank you, America, and thank you, Joe Biden. My bladder's about to explode. I've been sat here like an idiot for 48 minutes. Quote, we're now being told, ladies and gentlemen, that Biden will be speaking at 7. At the very earliest.
Can I just tell you?
No, you can't.
I did text it. I told him earlier.
Don't make me laugh.
I told him earlier. I said, listen, I'm on at 7. You don't want Jeremy Kyle covering your president. Wait till Nick Dubois on air at 7.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Right. Okay. The thing is about it. I find it quite interesting that we've had quite a lot of pro-Russian comment. Quite a lot of people saying, "Hold on a second. This isn't all about Vladimir Putin." I had lots of texts earlier, Nick, saying, "Hold on a second. In his mind, Ukraine is part of Russia. When the Crimea was annexed, suddenly these people were taken away. Now he's hearing rumours that maybe they're being courted by NATO, which means in his mind an aggressive organisation, in our mind a defensive organisation, is on his doorstep. So actually, is it weird to assume that he wouldn't take action? I don't know.
Oh, I think it's fundamentally flawed and wrong for him to take action. I mean, Russia throughout its history has been obsessed by its borders, okay, and they always think the enemy is on the borders. Absolutely, that is in their DNA. But the reality is, Ukraine actually has far from the history he put out about being born of Russia is Russia. I mean, it's just not the case. I won't go into the history now. So he knows full well that what he has done is he has invaded. He did that last night. All he's done is just done it in a slightly devious fashion. But
do you think he'll go further, or do you think these 2 independent states will be enough?
Well, I'm certainly not wise or clever enough to tell you what he will do. But this could have given him a way out, actually, what he's done today. But I'm not sure that's where he is. I think he's talked himself, into needing to do more. And just a word on those people who are defending his actions and defending him.
Yeah.
These are the same people, by the way, who would not be able to give voice to that opinion in Russia without coming under attack from the changes he's made in law to silence opposition, to silent press, to silence individuals, prosecute them, bang them up in jail. I really do think that those who are supporting Putin, and I've got some ludicrous messages saying, Putin's only looking after Russian interests, we should have him here. I mean, beware what you wish for.
What do you say about Sir Keir Starmer today saying that Russia Today, the programme that's pro-Kremlin, should be banned?
I always feel that you should expose...
Does that mean Al Jazeera has to go as well?
Well, you should always expose people by the content and what they say. Banning media, of course, is a really attractive option to do. It is a propaganda channel, nothing more than that. But my view is expose these organisations rather than start that slippery slope, because they'll be banning you and me next.
Well, yes. Pete in Bedfordshire, he says he'd like your opinion quickly. Ukraine today, Taiwan tomorrow.
I think everyone was predicting last year there would be a South China Sea incident. That'll be the issue of the year. I think that's still to come.
It's 8 minutes to 7. Dave says go to a break. It's Talk Radio.
Talk Radio.
Listen on your smart speaker.
Watch it live on your smart TV. The world headquarters of common sense.
Talk Radio.
Offence Archaeology on Twitter.